I saw a story on Facebook the other day. Like most stories that get passed around Facebook, it's probably only 38% true, and written by a 16-year-old. But regardless, I found it cool, and at the very least, thought-provoking. It was about a man named Mohammed El-Arian. Mohammed was the CEO of an Uber $2 trillion bond fund called PIMCO and earned upwards of $100 million per year. In January, he unexpectedly resigned in order to spend more time with his 10-year-old daughter. Now here's the bad news. A decision like this is apparently a big deal in our society. Totally unexpected and against the cultural grain of make billions or die trying that we're all used to. The article has been making the usual rounds on social media, getting shared and talked about quite a bit. Apparently, El-Arian's decision came after a fight with said daughter. He was yelling at her to brush her teeth. She refused. He pulled the classic, "I'm your father and you will do what I say" routine, to which she said, "Hold please." The girl retreated to her bedroom and proceeded to write down 22 important moments of her life that her father had missed because of work. Birthday parties, school performances, Hare Krishna conventions, and so on. Presumably, this crayon-scrawled list gave El-Arian a bad case of what the internet has dubbed the feels, and the next day Mohammed was hanging up his hedge fund hat for good. Mohammed, wow, that's a lot of fucking zeros. El-Arian was now a full-time dad. If you've ever taken an economics class, one of the first things you learn is a concept called opportunity cost, an idea often illustrated with the quote, "There's no such thing as a free lunch." Opportunity cost means that essentially everything you do, no matter what it is, costs something, even if indirectly. The classic example is when someone takes you out for a free hour-long lunch. Despite gaining the value of the lunch during that hour, you are still giving up all of the other productive activities you could have potentially been doing. So you give up doing an extra hour of work, an extra hour of sleep, an extra hour of sales calls that could net you a new client, or, as in the case with El-Arian, an extra hour with your 10-year-old daughter. In our culture, we regularly celebrate people who become rich by doing exceptional things. But the nature of those exceptional things often requires extremely high opportunity costs. Bill Gates famously slept in his office 5 days a week and remained single well into his 30s. Steve Jobs was a deadbeat father to his first daughter. Brad Pitt can't leave his house without being bukkakied by flashbulbs and cameras. The man has stated that he's gone through periods of depression due to the social isolation caused by his extreme fame. The point is that doing anything truly great requires some sort of inherent sacrifice that may or may not be immediately obvious. You know, like missing a series of your daughter's birthdays. But here's the problem. Modern society multiplies our opportunities. Therefore, modern society also multiplies our opportunity costs, making it costlier and more difficult to commit all of our time and energy to any one thing without feeling some form of remorse or regret. Enter the concept of FOMO, or fear of missing out. We live a life that is constantly pelted with reminders of everything we are unable to become. Back, say, 200 years ago, people didn't have this problem. If you were born a farmer, you likely didn't have many opportunities beyond farming. Moreover, you likely weren't even aware of opportunities beyond farming. Therefore, devoting everything in your life to becoming an expert farmer involved next to no opportunity costs and next to no FOMO. After all, there was nothing else to miss out on. In a bizarre and backwards way, people back in the day could have it all. They had it all simply for the fact that there was nothing else for them to have. I get emails all the time from people who complain about work/life balance. There are articles all over the mainstream media debating whether it's possible to have it all. That is it possible to be an all-star in your career and have a healthy family life and have cool and fun hobbies and be financially stable and have that sexy bikini body and cook organic souffle in your underwear while buying beachfront property on your new iPhone all at the same time? What's changed is not our inability to manage our time or balance our lives between work and play. What's changed is that we have more opportunities for work and play than ever before. More interests, more awareness of every potential experience we're passing up. In short, we have more opportunity cost. And we're made aware of this in a terribly connected way each day. Every person who decides to sacrifice their dating life to advance their career is now bombarded constantly by the rambunctious sex lives of their friends and strangers. Every person who sacrifices their career prospects to dedicate more time and energy to their family is now bombarded with the material successes of the most exceptional people around them at all times. Every person who decides to take a thankless but necessary role in society is now constantly drowned in inane stories of the famous and beautiful. So how do we respond to this new, overly connected culture? How do we manage our FOMO? The conventional answer, the answer you'll find in most bookstores and at most seminars, is some variation of do more with less, practice time management, or as Arnold Schwarzenegger once said, sleep faster. El Arian stated in his Dad of the Year Facebook article that he spent years justifying missing his daughter's birthdays to himself. He was busy, work was too demanding, his travel schedule was insane. This is the typical work/life balance, woe is me complaint we always hear. I have all of these things I want to do and not enough time. But what if the answer isn't to do more? What if the answer is to want less? What if the solution is simply accepting our bounded potential, our unfortunate tendency as humans to inhabit only one place in space and time? What if we recognize our life's inevitable limitations and then prioritize what we care about based on those limitations? What if it's as simple as stating, this is what I choose to value more than everything else, and then living with it? When we attempt to do everything, to fill up life's checklist, to have it all, we're essentially attempting to live a valueless life, a life where everything is equally gained and nothing lost. When everything is necessary and desired equally, then nothing is necessary or desired at all. This past week, I received an email from a man who was distressed about his life situation. He had a job he hated and had become disconnected from the friends and activities he once cared about. He said he was depressed. He said he felt like he had lost himself. He said he hated his life. But, he added at the end, he had become accustomed to the lifestyle his job afforded him. So quitting his job was out of the question. He then asked what he should do. In my experience, the people who struggle with the so-called life purpose question always complain that they don't know what to do. But the real problem is not that they don't know what to do, it's that they don't know what to give up. El Arian's priority was $100 million per year. His priority was CEO. His priority was private helicopters and stretch limos and bankers jerking off all over his balance sheet wherever he went. And to earn those things, he chose to give up being present in his daughter's life. Until one day, he chose the opposite.
What is a maxim, you ask? Simple. It's a rule for you to live by. Why do you need maxims? Because without them, you live an undisciplined life. A life not governed by any maxim will lead nowhere, no direction. These are 11 maxims that have helped me a lot and hopefully will also help you towards a better life. Number 1, absorb what is useful. Disregard that which is useless. The first time I ever encountered a maxim was when I started practicing Jeet Kune Do at age 14. At the end of each practice, we would recite a bunch of maxims. Out of all the maxims I heard, this was the only one that I truly absorbed. Jeet Kune Do is founded on this very maxim. JDK is the father of modern MMA. Bruce Lee created it by taking all the best stuff from all other martial arts, mixing it together and creating his own style. The traditional martial artists got angry at him for doing it, but no one remembers any of their names, while Bruce Lee will forever be known as a famous pioneer. This maxim has impacted my life in a big way ever since. I am a thief, and I'm proud of it. I steal ideas from the most brilliant minds. You should do the same. Number 2, your brain is constantly being rewired, and it's all on you to make sure that it's being wired optimally. Anytime you're having a negative thought, that's another repetition given to a corresponding neural pathway. This makes it stronger and more likely for you to think negatively again. Is that really what you want? It can be hard to stop thinking negative things, but the faster you can stop, the better. By reminding myself of this maxim, I have eliminated most of my negative thinking. I'm not the most positive person, but I am never negative. Nothing good comes of it. Number 3, time is short, you will die soon. At first, it's a scary thing to think about. Then it becomes very liberating. If you knew your life was going to end 3 months from now, you would probably do things differently. For starters, you would spend more time around your true friends and cut off those who only drain you. You might quit your job or quit university. You might spend more time alone getting in touch with your emotions. You might read more books. Number 4, your life is the sum of the narratives you tell yourself. All personal experience is subjective. What is real? You can hang out with a friend and look at a rock, and both of you can agree that you're seeing a rock, but that's not real reality. That's consensus reality. The point is, your life is what you think it is. You can choose to interpret things in an empowering way or in a negative way. Why not choose the positive way? Life is short anyway. You have a certain amount of control over the subjective experience known as your life, but it increases with practice, by experience, metacognition, and meditation. Just how much control do you have? Not as much as LOA true believers believe, but still a lot. All is but opinion. Your internal dialogue and how you interpret the things that happen to you are mostly up to you. You can mentally manipulate it in your favor. Much of Stoicism is devoted to this pursuit. You can either listen to a disempowering narrative or choose to craft a narrative where you are the champion and build a legacy. But what if others disagree? Well, who are others to decide what is real or not? What authority do they have behind their claims? No one has a claim on your reality except you. So, I say, choose an epic narrative. Choose to have an inner monologue that is positive and pumps you up. Number 5, this too shall pass. Heraclitus, the philosopher, said that change is the only constant. Remind yourself of this often, especially when you're suffering, complaining, or struggling. It will pass and good will come of it. Suffering equals strength. It's a good thing to suffer early in life because it makes you stronger later in life. When you see others being weak, it's only thanks to your having already been weak in that area earlier than them. Number 6, Life is about making choices. Time is the most valuable resource. In second place comes willpower. Napoleon Bonaparte said, "Nothing is more difficult and therefore more precious than being able to decide." Willpower, which comes from the prefrontal cortex, is the finite resource used to concentrate and make decisions. On an average day, you have no more than 3 to 4 hours of raw concentration in you. So make the best of it. Prioritize better. As Napoleon asserted, most people don't like making decisions. So they waste their best time each day on deciding which television show to watch. But they don't use it to build a business, build a body, or educate themselves. Number 7, there is a law of compounding. Follow it. Just as there is power in compound interest, there is also power in compound experience. It's not an exact law, though, because there's a difference between compound interest and that of compound experience. Compound interest is powerful, but slow. Saving $500 a month at 5% interest for 20 years gives you $207,729. But that money is locked up, subject to inflation, and may miss better opportunities. So while great in theory, compound interest isn't always ideal in practice, especially for someone starting from scratch. Compound experience, however, works faster and more reliably. The more you know, the easier it becomes to learn new things, because learning is all about connecting what you already know. That's why studying broadly, like history, pays off. With experience, your brain starts spotting patterns and insights others miss. Einstein put it best: intuition is really just built-up experience. The more you know, the more likely you are to get inspired. Given this law of compound experience, it becomes important to learn as many things as possible early in life. Number 8. A consistent process produces success. The process is the cause behind the effect. All positive results stem from a great process over a long period of time. Like your daily routine, for example. Michael Jordan didn't become a legendary basketball player overnight. He did it by putting in thousands of hours practicing day in and day out, while fine-tuning his framework for learning. The same can be said of just about any successful person. They're successful because they've created a daily routine that fits their desired outcome and stuck to it consistently while eliminating what doesn't work and doing more of what works well, which comes with experience. My physique was at best slightly above average 3 years ago. Now it's elite. How did that happen? Ain't nothing to it but hardcore consistency in diet, sleep, and an efficient pre-workout ritual. Now, I don't even think about it. I just take the time to do it because I found what works for me and continue doing it. Number 9. Do today what others won't do so that tomorrow you can do what others cannot. Plain and simple, put in the work now and sacrifice for a couple of years and reap the rewards later. While others were sleeping, you were hustling, you entered the gauntlet, and got through it. Now who's lucky? Not you. You made the conscious decision to live like no one else would. You took the path least traveled. You stuck to the process you thought out. The hard life is tough, but only for a while. Then you adapt, and it's normal. Then it pays off big. The easy life isn't challenging at all, and that's why it pays off in direct proportion, not at all. Number 10. Rise to the work of man. This is an abbreviation of a quote from Marcus Aurelius's Meditations. Use it to remind yourself that you're not supposed to snooze, sleep in, or be lazy. Nature has fixed a certain amount of sleep for you. Don't overextend it. Bees, horses, and insects fulfill their purpose in nature without effort. Humans are confused. What is my purpose? I don't know, but I do know the following. Your purpose is not found or fulfilled lying in your bed, sleeping away the day. Number 11. I don't have an 11th maxim, but check out the comments section below for many more maxims from other smart people.